What is up? What is going on, guys? Oh my gosh. I hadn't gone live on YouTube in a while. Like, I used to go live, or I used to hop on a YouTube live freaking every couple of weeks or so last year. And then I'm sitting here thinking, and I was actually scrolling on YouTube trying to find a video, and I was like, I realized, oh man, I don't even think I gone live this year. So I don't know, just kind of farting around, saying what's up. Hopefully you guys are having a good season. Oh man, it's been a wild ride for us this year with holiday lighting. Power washing's good. You know, we're in December. The last couple of years in December, it's been all over the place. You know, sometimes December is like the best time. Sometimes it's like, eh. Right now, I'd say it's eh. But holiday lighting for us has just been absolutely crazy. It's halted my ability to even post videos just because we're just trying to solve our holiday lighting, which is holiday lighting it's our first year doing holiday lighting, and it's been fantastic for us. It's just that it is our first year, so it's essentially like starting a new business. We're trying to figure it out. Except when you have a new business, you have no customers, and so you can kind of take things slow. But when you market to like our 4,000 clients saying that we do holiday lighting, and like a few hundred of them are interested in estimates, it begins to get pretty crazy really, really quick. And so uh, so on and so forth. Yeah, I'm driving on a road trip right now. I'm going straight, so don't worry. It's a straight long road here that I'm on. What's up, Super Sane ATX Georgetown? What's up? What's up, William? What's up, James? Representing Florida, representing Tampa. Have you ever used EDDM? Every door direct mail, I would say, is something you could use as like a add-on thing if you want. I wouldn't use it as like a crux of your marketing plan. Like, I wouldn't use it as a make or break deal. Like, if you have a couple $100 towards marketing, I wouldn't use it towards EDDM. It should be something that you do, as an extra filler. Something that you could, throw at marketing. I think, sometimes it's hard to. EDDM, it's just depending what you're marketing, what you're offering too. And then the area too. I would say if you're gonna do every door direct mail, just know that you might not get a return, but you're gonna get a hell of a lot of exposure. You'll get, you'll get your ideas, you'll get your offers in the hands of people that are in the right location. So you can go on, most softwares and select your areas. I think it's cool. I think it's something that you can do. I don't think it's something that you should really prioritize when you're first getting started though. Holiday lights, I just don't have time for that. You know what, James? I that was my mindset for the last 5 years. 2 years ago, I thought about it. I said, meh, nah, I don't have time for it. I don't need to do it. And I didn't need to do it. I had way too much work for one person could handle. Then yet last year, I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. And so I texted my clients and I said, hey, who's interested? I even had like 8 people within like a couple weeks say yes to some quotes. And then after I started getting a couple yeses, I started getting a bit too busy with power washing. And I can't do this. Like, I'm not going to take this on right now. And I passed on those jobs to other people. Now it's like this holiday lighting deal, and I was a bit skeptical about it the last couple of years, but this is for real, dude. Like, this is a legitimate business opportunity that you can add to your business that really has a lot of upside with reoccurring clients. Pretty hard to do that with power washing. It's very hard to say to a customer, hey, we want to go on a yearly power washing plan versus, hey, we want to do your Christmas lights every year. A lot more people are going to say that they want to do their Christmas lights every year as opposed to power washing. Window cleaning, it's a bit easier, but especially for like with us, like we're going for we want to make our business as valuable as possible, right? So how do you do that, right? You need customers, you need contracts, and having a division in our business with holiday lighting that we have X amount of customers on a yearly contract that to do their lights every year, that brings some value to the business. So that's kind of what we were thinking, is like, hey, look, if we want to make our business valuable, this is just one thing that we can work on building. And it's great because like you buy all the product and and then on year 2, you already own all. I just lost connection here. Pull over real a snack. But I do want to tell you guys about something. This is the funniest thing in the entire world. So just bear with me for 2 seconds as I pull over for a Jiffy. Great. Let me see if I can get to some questions here. This message is held for review. Are you Jewish? Goodness. Been picking up a lot from you, Austin. What's going on? His client, you're a Como. Not necessarily. I don't know what that means. I hired 3 guys about a month ago, and I have much work to do. All 4 of us can get good work-life balance going for my guys. Good. Cool. This is what it's all about. Build a business and go out there and have fun with it, right? So look, here's here's what I've been dealing with. That's really funny. I've been getting a lot of subscribers recently. And it's because I had a YouTube short that recently went viral. You guys are gonna laugh. All my OG subscribers that are listening here, you guys are gonna laugh. All of my new guys, you guys might get ticked off. So I had a YouTube short that went viral recently. It was a job. It was a 25-second video, and it's at 6 million views. I posted it on November 1st. It's gone crazy viral. It's brought almost 7,000 subscribers to my channel. All this attention, great, right? In this video, I'm spraying bleach on a patio and power washing it off, and essentially showing how 99% of the power washing companies in this country clean. Whether you know about the business or not, power washing companies use chemical, okay? Just like the pest control companies spray chemical, just like, landscaping companies use, pesticides and all kinds of things to kill weeds, okay? People use chemicals, right? Well, in this video, I had a bunch of tree huggers come in the comment section and basically start ripping my video up. You guys can go and look at this video. The comments are absolutely hilarious. People are like, where is this chemical going? Why don't you just power wash it? Why don't you just use water? You don't know what you're doing. And like, great, you're killing all the plants. You're killing the environment and stuff. This is a 25-second video that got taken completely out of context. By the way, at no point in that video do you actually see me running all that water into some grassy area, right? They just see chemical going on a patio and then getting rinsed off. But you don't see at any point in the video where it's going, right? So the video gets completely taken out of context. This is probably a 3.5 hour, 4 hour job. We were there doing the driveway, the patio, a couple of different things. 3 to 4 hour job that people judged off a 25-second video. And in that video, I was just sharing exactly what we use to clean the driveway, right? And so what happened was I had a bunch of people comment some really nasty stuff, like we're filing the EPA, we're gonna file a complaint against the Environmental Protection Agency, and you better get. One of these guys were like, you better get your legal fund, your legal fund saved up. You better have some money saved up because your whole business is fixing to come down. And I was like, all right, you got to learn to not respond to these people, because these people, they don't have anything better to do than just sit at the computer and find videos to form an opinion on. And that's what's happening, So I can form rebuttals. And back in the day, I used to form rebuttals to all these people, but it's just not worth my time. These people are taking the video completely out of context. It's a 25-second video meant to just spread attention on, and it's a cool little video. I'm spraying a chemical on a patio. It comes clean and get washed off, all that good stuff, right? Well, what happened was this one guy actually tipped that video. You can go like even on this live, you can go on here and hit super tip or super thanks or whatever, and actually tip my video or tip my live. This one guy tipped my video $10 in order to get my attention, because on a video with that many views, 6 million views, I can't possibly see those comments. There's like 6,000 comments or whatever, right? So, but I did get the notification that my video had gotten tipped. So I looked at the tip, and in that tip of $10, there was a little paragraph, and it said, "I'm just contributing to your legal fund. I have now filed, along with some other field, filed against the EPA, and we're going to get this thing taken down. We're going to get your business this, and that. You're going down. You're going to get sued. All this bullshit, right?" And so then I actually got an email from the EPA saying, Austin, I'm not an investigator. I'm just one of the assistants. We got a notification that you're discharging chemical, blah blah blah. Please call me. And so I said, okay. I called him, and this is the call this morning. He was like, "Hey, Austin, look, I know how it is. We're getting a bunch of emails, and like, here, let me just tell you how it works. You can't discharge into a storm drain." I'm like, look, sir, like, we never discharge anything into a storm drain, nor do we ever. Anything that we spray or wash on a customer's house goes right on their property. The Clean Water Act says you cannot discharge dirty water or chemicals into a storm drain that goes back into the city. We do that. Nor in the video did we do that. But people are it's just astonishing what people do, right? They just continue to make complaints to the EPA. And then it's so funny. The guy's emailing me saying, "Hey, we got another complaint. Austin, there's nothing we can do, unless something's happening in the moment or there's an active situation of someone pouring chemical down a drain. They can't do. There's no proof. There's no proof in the video that it happened, because in the video there's no point where I show it getting washed into a drain. It's just that people are making assumptions and they spend their time complaining. And the funnier thing was, I had responded to that tip that he sent me $10, and I just used it to give me a Jimmy John sandwich. Like, these people are just so funny. Like, it's great because, like, I'm not going to delete the video because it's bringing a lot of attention to my channel and whatnot. So that's always cool. People get, see my channel, can see, a different way of doing things. Maybe they want to start a business, all this stuff. They see a video of this guy power washing, they kind of want to know more. But it's hilarious, man. It's so funny. If you guys want some evening entertainment, go look at that video. Just go to my channel, go to recent uploads, go to shorts, and just scroll down a couple of short videos, and it's like one that's got like 6 million views. Just read the comment section. I'm telling you right now, you guys will just laugh your butts off. What's the best results? Facebook ads, Google local service ads, door hangers, yard signs. If you're a brand new guy, I'd say I have an order of operations when it comes to that kind of stuff. I also have a program, a whole course that goes over everything you need to know on how I got to where I'm at. Not trying to sell you guys that. I don't care if you get it, although it is on my channel. It's in my bio. If you guys want to scoop it up, it's literally $40. But hey, look, just to answer your question, probably the first thing you need to do is get a hold. You need to get your Google My Business in a website form. You need something where a customer can land on. It's going to give you credibility. It's going to boost you. It's going to help you get found on Google. You need those basic things, right? But after you get those things, I would say good old-fashioned print marketing. Some yard signs are great. Some Facebook groups are great. The fact of the matter is, you need to turn into like an 8-armed octopus. You need to have all your little arms and different legs of marketing, whether it's print marketing, Google ads, Facebook ads, local service ads, Nextdoor, all that stuff. You need to figure out what's going to work in your area, because it's very common, like, different things work better in different areas. Things that work for me in my big city may not work well for other people, and vice versa, right? There's people that kill it with Facebook ads. Facebook ads don't work in my city. I'm sorry, they just don't work. Thousands of dollars on it, and we can't really get anything that's, that's worth it for us. So you need to really figure out what's going to work, and that means pretty much doing everything in the very beginning. And then once you find something that works more than other things, cut the things that don't work well and stick to the things that work well and double down on that. Crazy people that just have so much time on their hands. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I got a power washing job. I got hooked. And now because of you, I'm about to start a power washing business. That's great, man. Your videos are very helpful. That's cool, Miguel. Just stick with it, dude. I'm telling you, this power washing thing, when I started like 5 years ago, almost 6 years ago, after selling cars and quitting selling cars at the Volkswagen dealership and pursuing this, I had no idea. Well, I had no idea that I would get this far with power washing, but I definitely had no idea that this whole YouTube thing would take off the way it did. So it's been just a blessing, man. Just thank God, like, how well it's worked out. And the videos I've made have got some attention, and it's helped some people. There's nothing more I can ask than that, man. That's what life's all about. And so I'm grateful in that regard. It's been a wild ride. It's been great. I want to apologize too, because, man, like, back in the day, like a year and a half ago, I was posting videos like regularly, like every couple of days, and I was going hard. But then again, I was out in the field too, so I had the content to post, man. Now, we got 2 trucks on the road. Both trucks are working pretty much, the whole day. We always got a full day, so I spend the most of the day just like, problem fixing things, ordering things, going on estimates. Sometimes I just get so busy, you know. But that's just kind of how life works. You go through different phases of life. But I'd love to work with some of you guys that are watching. If you guys are really interested in this power washing thing, you get inside my program, dude. That's kind of the best way I can help you guys. That way, you guys get access to my cell phone number. We can do one-on-one coaching at any time of the day. Really, I have my cell phone wide open to those guys in there. And, you go through all my stuff. If you're curious, that's there if you want. But I hope to continue to keep on pushing some videos on YouTube. Obviously, like, that's never gonna stop. YouTube's kind of like my end game in that regard. Like, I plan to continue to make YouTube videos until I have absolutely positively nothing to make YouTube videos about, right? That's kind of what gives me fulfillment. I like making videos, sharing what I've learned, sharing the things that are going wrong, getting pointers, seeing if anyone gets anything from it. I do the same thing when I'm looking on YouTube, man. If I'm looking for information, I go out and I look for the information. That's kind of how I started, like everything. Like, started the power washing business, started, making content on YouTube. I sought all that information online. And me and my dog here are road tripping it. So, all that good stuff. But, Miguel asked me if I'm growing a mustache. So I'm experimenting with a new look. A lot of times I had just kind of the full beard going, but now I've been told by my girlfriend this look looks the sharpest, kind of like a shadow with like a half mustache here. So that's kind of what I've been rocking the last couple months. Signed up 8 Home Depots last month. Holy crap. Next I'm going to try and go get some Lowe's stores. My contact tells me there will be a lot. Damn. Give me some money, James. I want some money. Let me know. How do you do that? I'm always curious. No one's too good to learn how someone did something. How'd you do that, James? I did a Home Depot once. It was like last year. I posted a YouTube video about it. You've probably seen it. Job was actually a nightmare because it rained. We got our asses handed to us by the rain. But it was decent money. Decent money for a night, I'd say. He had actually had that same guy that managed that Home Depot. He actually managed all the academies in Texas. It was like 350 academies, and he wanted a quote to do all the front walkways and front of the stores of all those buildings. And I partnered up with another company to help to bid this. We submitted a bid to clean all 350 stores, and our plan was I would do all the southern states, or southern cities like Austin, San Antonio, San Marcos, going down to Corpus, and I'd make that whole trip, and the other guy would get all the north stores. We ended up not getting it, but I'm assuming we lost due to the cheapest guy, like how that always works. I got a question, Austin. You're growing a business. I'm just curious, at what point did you decide to step away from daily operations and just relax? Man, I don't think I'm probably more stressed and got my hands more tied now and where the business is at now than I ever was when I was on the truck. And I think what happens there is you now have guys doing all your stuff for you. And I love our guys. They are phenomenal. But they're never going to be you, right? When you're an owner operator, you take ultra pride in your equipment. You take ultra pride in your customers. You take ultra pride in your work. That's your name out there. And you'll be lucky to find someone who's 80% like as good as you. Really, I mean, if you can find someone that's 80% of you, I'd say hire them, right? Because you could have someone that's really good good with, I don't know, talking to people, but they know nothing about power washing, and you're gonna have to train them on that. Or maybe they know a lot about equipment. They're not good with people. These are not people you want to have talking to your customers, right? People are always gonna have things about them, different characters, different moods. Okay, and so kind of, and then of course, back when I was doing all the work myself, back I babied my equipment. I'd take my equipment home at night and freaking tuck it in bed, wipe it down, make sure it was completely dirt and rust free, spray it for rust, make sure it was just spotless. These guys, I mean, look, they're working, right? To take care of, but if making money was easy, everyone would do it. That's what my mom always says. Like, Austin, if making money was easy, everyone would be a billionaire. And so, yeah, that's true, right? And so, I think what you try to do is you learn how to how to put people in the right positions and make sure that you get guys that you can trust and understand that there's going to be complications. So have your head screwed on straight. It's definitely been a learning lesson. I'm gonna make a video actually of things that I learned being off the truck. That's actually a great video that I need to make. But hey, my phone's actually is blowing up right now. I'm getting a couple texts and things I need to respond to. So I'm gonna let you guys go. Hope you guys are doing well. I plan on making some videos this week, getting back in touch with everybody. But thanks for tuning in on my live. I'm going to peace out.